The villagers of Dall, a small forgotten town hidden between crooked hills and silent forests, rarely spoke of the ghost. When they did, it was always in hushed voices, glancing nervously toward the old stone well at the edge of the village. Travelers passing through often laughed at the villagers' fear, but none stayed long enough to hear the truth or to meet the ghost themselves. It was said that long ago, a young woman named Ilara had lived in Dall. She was kind, with dark hair and a soft smile, and she worked at the village's weaving shop. But her beauty caught the eye of a cruel nobleman who demanded she marry him. When she refused, he accused her of witchcraft. The villagers, too afraid of the nobleman's power, turned on Ilara. On a stormy night, they tied her to a wooden post by the well and left her there to die. Some claimed she screamed until her throat tore, while others whispered she cursed the entire village with her last breath. From that night forward, the ghost of Ilara, known only as the Dall Ghost, haunted the town. Children were the first to sense her. They would wake in the middle of the night to see a pale woman standing by their beds, her hair wet as if she had just climbed out of the well. Her eyes, black as ink, glowed faintly in the dark. She never spoke, but her presence was enough to paralyze even the bravest child. Some children said she touched their cheeks with freezing hands, leaving behind a mark that looked like rope burns. Adults tried to explain it away as nightmares. But then, people began disappearing. One autumn evening, the blacksmith failed to return home. His wife searched frantically, but only his hammer was found lying next to the well, its handle snapped in two. A week later, the baker vanished. Then the nobleman's descendants, one by one, were found dead, each body hanging limply over the well's edge, their faces twisted in horror. By then, no villager dared to walk alone after sunset. They claimed they heard Ilara's whispers carried by the wind, calling their names, begging them to follow. Lanterns flickered and went out when her spirit drew near. Dogs barked at shadows, then whimpered and refused to move. The air around the well grew icy, even on the hottest summer days. The town grew weaker with each year. Houses crumbled, families fled, and only the stubborn or the poor remained. But no matter how far they ran, some swore the Dall Ghost followed them. Once you had looked into her eyes, they said, you could never escape. One winter night, a traveler named Rowan arrived in Dall. He was a scholar, chasing legends and stories of the supernatural. The villagers begged him not to linger, warning him of Ilara's curse. But Rowan only smiled. He wanted proof, and he was certain he could find it. He set up camp by the well. All night he waited with his lantern, his journal, and his courage. At midnight, the wind grew sharp, and the forest fell silent. Then he heard a faint dripping sound, as if